Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my full updated Reborn collection. So this is going to show all my dolls, their names, their kits, their artists, everything else about them that you need to know is going to be in this video, so be sure to watch to the end. Now I know that my collection can get a little bit confusing as I am constantly selling and getting new dolls in my collection. So as a quick little disclaimer, I wanted to let you guys know that my collection is ever changing. However, when I do post a doll for sale that I'm selling in my collection, I will always post it on my Instagram story and my reborns.com page. If you subscribe to my reborns.com page, then you'll be notified every time I list a new doll. If you see any dolls in my collection that you are interested in, be sure to follow that page because I could sell them. Another disclaimer I want to give, I know I'm sorry, I will get to the video soon, but I do have some dolls that I'm not going to show in this video. Like Arlo, if you remember him, he was my very first Reborn. I personally don't consider him a part of my collection anymore, however I do have him for the memories. Another disclaimer I want to give is that all of my dolls are authentic and I do not support the buying of counterfeits or fake Reborn dolls. Okay, we're gonna start strong with Miss Emerson. Now Miss Emerson, you guys absolutely seem to love her because every time I post a video with her, it does so well. Now Emerson is the Cami sculpt by Ping Lau and she was painted by Corey Fan from Pumpkin Doodle Babies. Now Pumpkin Doodle Babies has their own website and she is a custom sculpt, and I will write all of the customizations on the screen if you want to get a doll just like her. Now moving on, I'm going to do all these dolls together as they were painted and these two were rooted by the same artist. This is Liliana, who she actually does not have a middle name yet, so be sure to comment your ideas for her middle name down below. This is London Noah and Ivory Jade. They were all painted by the same artist, which is Kelly Maple of Little Mouse Nursery on Instagram. Now Liliana and London are actually twins, so you guys will see them in a lot of videos together. And Liliana is the Pippa sculpt by Natalie Blick, and London is the Sandy sculpt by Joanna Kazmierzak, and Ivory is the Manuela sculpt by Raffaella Spandarelli. Now a quick little fun fact, but Liliana, I actually purchased her pre-owned. London was a custom sculpt, which means I gotta pick out everything about her, and Ivory was a ready-to-ship doll, so basically every type of doll you can purchase, I bought from this artist. Now moving over, these are my Paradise Galleries dolls. A quick little disclaimer, they are not Reborn dolls as they are factory made. However, if you have been looking to buy some cute realistic dolls that are not stolen kits, I highly recommend Paradise Galleries. This is their Coda Bear and this is their Nico. And I also have some of their miniature silicone babies and they are so cute. Nextly, this is Milo Gray. Now Milo I purchased at the Kansas Doll Show in 2024 and he is absolutely adorable. He is a silicone cuddle baby. He is Cuddle Baby Paxton by Melody Hess, which means that he has a head which is made of silicone and then his body is literally entirely cloth. So his limbs are actually made of cloth, which is so cool. Some artists do this to make their dolls cheaper, and also they are so nice to hold as they are fully weighted. And Mr. Milo here, he has an armature, which are put in silicone dolls mostly. However, they are also put in cuddle babies, which I did not know until I bought him, which means that he is poseable. So there is a wire going through his body that makes his limbs able to move, which is so cool, I think. And he was painted and sculpted by Melody Hess of Melody Hess Art Dolls. And I believe she sells on her websites, however she is also at doll shows. Moving on over, this is one of my favorite dolls in my collection. This is Romy Lena. Now, you may have seen Romy before, however, her name used to be Eloise, and I did change it because I think that Romy suits her better. However, I absolutely adore this doll. If she did not have a sleeper on, I could show you guys all of her details. But she was incredibly made by Maddie Bug's Reborn Nursery, and I believe she sells on Facebook. However, she also has an Instagram. And I think she might have a website. I'll put it up on the screen if she does. But she is the sold-out limited edition Lulu sculpt by Joanna Kazmierzak. I forgot to mention all of my dolls that are limited edition, which is Liliana, which is the Pippa sculpt. She is sold-out limited edition. Sandy, I know she's limited edition, but I do not believe that she is sold out yet. And Ivory is a sold out limited edition Manuela sculpt. Anyways, back to Miss Romy. Now, sold out means that their kit can no longer be purchased, so it is very, very hard to find her sculpt. However, her artist had one at her doll show and I absolutely had to scoop her up. And again, she is the Lulu sculpt by Joanna Kazmierzak, and she's very hard to get now, at least for a very cheap price. However, I do want to make you guys aware, she is a sculpt that is commonly been mass produced and copied. You cannot buy this sculpt on Amazon, and you cannot buy this sculpt brand new for a very cheap price. It is going to be in the hundreds. Now the next doll that I'm going to show you guys, this is Daisy May. Now Daisy May I do not really make videos with, and I'm not really sure if I consider her part of my collection. As I did win her at a giveaway at the Kansas Doll Show. Be sure to go check out that video next. That was so much fun. However, I keep her around and display her because I think she is an absolutely adorable doll. And her painting is so beautiful, and so is her rooting. I absolutely love her rooting. And she was painted by Dazzling Reborns by Amy, which she has her own reborns.com page. She's the Colton Blue sculpt by Georgia Piggott, I believe is how you say it. I'll put it up on the screen. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and I'm probably butchering it, sorry. Now next up is Miss Autumn. I told you guys I would show her earlier. She is the Bailey Asleep sculpt by Maria Lynn Grover of Maria Lynn Art Dolls. And she was painted and sculpted by her, I believe. Now she is absolutely beautiful. She's a miniature silicone doll and has rooted hair and armatures in her arms, which is amazing. However, I do not make videos with her because the silicone is so delicate, and despite her being small, she is very, very expensive. Now we're going to put Miss Autumn back on her shelf because I do not want to break her. And the last doll I'm going to show you guys is Miss Cora Diane. Now Cora was painted by Colette Bivens of La Petite Mamselle. I believe she sells on Facebook. However, she also sells at doll shows, as I did get Cora at the Kansas Doll Show. Now Cora was my first doll with rooted hair, and I absolutely adore her. I don't post as much with Cora anymore. However, I used to post her a whole bunch. And I think you guys kind of got sick of her, but let me know if you want to see more videos with Cora. Now you might think this is the end of the video, but it is not, and I will actually see you guys in a few days. Okay guys, now we are back, and I'm so excited to announce the newest member of my collection, which is Mr. Archer. Now this is Mr. Archer Lee. I'm so excited to have him in my collection now. He is the Lucas sculpt by Cassie Brace, which is a sculpt that I have been wanting for so long, and he was painted and beautifully rooted by prototype artist Lily Gold on Instagram. And now that is all of my new collection. Be sure to come back next week for Archer's unboxing video. Bye guys!